Today is my first day in Mazar, and my first day seeing in Afghanistan in which women are not out, except in a burqa. The burqas look so strange, and the women are almost kind of ghostly. They don't talk, and they're silent amidst all these men everywhere, merchants, faces. Are there really women under there?
My name is Serena Orloff, and I'm a long way from home in California. I've come to northern Afghanistan to help make a film about the lives of women 3 years after the fall of the Taliban.
Welcome, and I hope that you will have nice memories because it's a big change. Then you say.
I will live with Hasina Rasuli and her family in Mazar-e Sharif. We are both 27, and with Hasina's help, I hope to learn about her culture.
I was restless to see you. That's why.
Hasina is an unusual Afghan woman. She is literate, just finishing medical school, and works to support her family as a journalist. An American colleague once called her the closest thing Afghanistan has to a radical feminist.
We can be good friends, I hope. Really? So please wear your burqa now.
Put it back on.
Put the burqa on. We are Afghan girl.
It slides down a lot.
My dad and stepmother are the filmmakers. That's my stepmother Olga, who does most of the filming.
So, but because I'm old, I don't have to wear the scarf, no? Because I'm
No.
old, like it's young people.
Who said this?
Olga has wanted to make a film on Afghan women since her first trip to Afghanistan in 2002. Under the Taliban, it was illegal for women to walk outside without a burqa. Schools for girls were closed and women were not permitted to work. But now the Taliban are gone. So Olga wondered, why do women still wear the burqa?
I wanted to thank your father and your mother for hosting my daughter.
Hasina says her family is open-minded. Her father has lived outside the country, and it's important to him that the girls in the family all go to school.
Because, in Afghan culture, it's really important for the girls to keep them secure.
So all of this is so different. We'll talk more about this.
And you said he's 18? This is the room I share with Hasina. We are fortunate to have it. All 6 of her unmarried brothers and sisters sleep in the same room downstairs. Yet the family is wealthy by Afghan standards. Hasina has arranged interviews with Afghan women, but we will also keep video journals of our own impressions. On our first morning here, we went to see Malalai Usmani, founder of the Women's Defense Association. On International Women's Day, she was hosting a luncheon in Mazar. Malalai is one of Afghanistan's rare women activists, helping women assert their rights granted by the new constitution in 2004.
یکی از زنایی که مراجعه کرده بود به دفتر ما او از طریق شوهرش همیشه سرش کار شاقه صورت میگرفت و باید خرج خانه را میکشید تا بالاخره که این مریض میشه و نمیتونه و شوهرش سر از او مویاش میتراشه و بعد از اون میگه که اگر باز هم تو کار خرج خانه را نکشیدی من تو را میکشم.
Her client is a 20-year-old woman whose husband and mother-in-law beat her frequently. She came to Malalai for help in getting a divorce, and we arranged to interview her in a few days.
In the new constitution, men and women have the same equality. In what ways does she think that it's true that there is equality?
فعلا در قسمت این گپا گفته شده روی کاغذ.
By constitution, they're equal.
Masuda Jalal is Afghanistan's Minister of Women's Affairs.
All the negative traditional practices that discriminating women, it is stopped in the new constitution. So now by law, they have no problem, but it doesn't mean that in reality of life they are equal.
برش دولت گفته که اینی حقوقت است. تو میتونی مثل مرد حقوق داشته باشی، اما این مربوط خودت است که تو میخوایی که حقوقت بگیری یا نه. فکر میکنم که دولتی کار نمیکنه. برای اینکه ما میخوایم که دموکراسی واقعی را در افغانستان پیاده بسازیم.
I wondered why, if women really do have equal rights, most of them still wear the burqa.
این در دین اسلام اسلام نیست که چادری بپوشه. تمام دنیا امیال اگر گپ ما را بشنوه میفهمن که چادری در اسلام نیست. در اسلام باید حجاب مراعات شود که همه میفهمن که باید چادر بسیار خوب پوشیده شود که حتی مویا معلوم نشود و اینقدر دستها باید پد باشه. اما ما هیچ وقت نمیخوایم که مثلا چادری داشته باشم. چرا ما مثل مرد یک بشر هستم و ما میخوایم به می شکل که مرا میبینین به می شکل ما در بین اجتماع داخل شوم و هیچ وقت تو احساس نمیکنم که ما باید چادری بپوشم. گر کنم
We went out to the marketplace to buy a burqa. There's only two kinds of burqas. There's blue and there's white, and they all look exactly the same.
Some of them, the heart is big. Some of them is the heart is tight. So you need to just and to check it that if it's working. I mean, without the scarf. Yeah.
My head, like this, and then when I am in here, I can see very little. But basically, I feel like someone just threw a smock over my head, and there's not much dignity under here.
I feel like I have a sheet over my head.
Do you like it?
Do I like it?
No, not that. I mean, you can use it. So Come on,
My dance exercises help me cope. I'm having trouble living by the rules of Afghan culture. Hasina keeps correcting my behavior. Pull up your headscarf. Don't smile too much or talk too loudly or walk too fast in public.
It was a surprise for me that Serena said that she's a dancer, but I was not able to explain or translate this to my family because in Afghanistan, in our culture, it's really difficult to have a dancer in a good moral and in a good character in this society. So I told her that I will tell to my family that she is mathematics teacher, not dancing teacher.
به خاطر اینکه قرض است ما مجبور هستیم عبادت کنیم، مسلمان هستیم، 5 وقت نماز میخوانیم تو بگی برش دیگه که نماز بخوانی خدا رو یاد کنی مشکلات رفع میشه، هر مشکلی که داشته باشی ان شاء الله تو میگی دعا میکنیم به کسایی که مردن ثوابش برسه.
What kind of problems does she have?
But she tried to say that she met her fiancé and she wanna get married soon. She's shy. She will not tell this.
So this is your engaged, your fiancé? How did you meet?
در خور ملاقات کردیم.
تو رفته خانهشان؟
راستی بوی بوده؟ من خانهشان رفته بودم. دیدمش
پدر و مادر؟
همراه پدر و مادر میمونی. بعد از دیدمش.
بازدارسی ریتای دیچ که دیگه.
ملاقات کردیم.
So we see in the pictures that, you know, he picked her up and he's holding her like this. Is that ordinarily allowed before marriage?
No.
Normally, an engaged Afghan couple cannot spend time with each other before the marriage ritual, known as the nikah. That's when the mullah sanctions the beginning of sexual contact. But Farishta is from a progressive family. Her parents allow her and her fiancé to spend time alone together. She is marrying by choice, so I was surprised that her fiancé expects her to wear a burqa.
He called her and said that 2 nights continuously I dreamed that you went outside without burqa. Look, it's warning for you. If you go without burqa and I heard it, I will stop it with you. And she said, no, I don't go without burqa. Even I do not left the house. I'm at home and you worry about it. I said, oh my God. If someone come and tell me, Hasina, where are you? Why you are going without burqa? Why you are receiving this much calls? Who is the one that you are talking to? Why you are laughing? I will die.
Hasina has given up on marriage. Working is too important to her, and she doesn't think she will ever find an Afghan man who would allow it.
How a man, an Afghan man in this country, outside maybe it's possible, but in this country, I'm sure that it's not possible. So cancel. No money, no baby, no love, no life. Only freedom. I love my freedom.
Hasina and Farishta are clearly cut from different cloth. I can't believe that Farishta is so excited to marry a man who forces her to wear a burqa.
I know we do a lot of things for love, first of all. But it seems like for love, she's going to be giving up her freedom.
اگر خوشم میاد که لوج بگردم چاله دیچ خواو گرم شده دیل آدم دلش میکنه. پوشم موبایل دیگه. کل نگی لوج هست. ران میبرم دیگه آل مجبور.
She said that I loved my freedom and I really suffer while I'm thinking that I will lose my freedom.
But doesn't she worry that he's not an open-minded man, and from now on, soon as she gets married, she is under the control of him?
قال نامزاد هست وقتی کارسی که لیتوشن آزاد شده. باز فامیل و دیگه اول یاد میگیره.
تو چی بگه بگیره گم ترگم سرچه تو عربیش قیده کجا خانه داده.
بیاد بگیره میاد اول میفهمه یک پول خونی شارژ قید است.
Hasina worked for Doctors Without Borders, earning $1,000 a month. That's an enormous salary even for an Afghan man. Because of her financial support, she enjoyed honorary male status within her family. But her independence comes at a price. In Afghan culture, a woman defines herself through marriage and bearing children. If she doesn't marry, she'll have no choice but to live with her family, and society will look down upon her as a failure. Hasina may already have hit that point.
Let's go see that.
Watching guests arrive at this wedding hall, I wondered how a young bride feels about starting life with a husband in his extended family, where she cannot even leave the house without permission. Hasina suggested we visit her friend's beauty parlor, where girls go on their wedding day. That's the bride drying her hair. It was clear that the camera made her nervous.
Why is she afraid to allow to video?
She afraid because the groom, if he knows that the bride heard that it's filming through the camera, then she will be in trouble.
Outside the beauty parlor, standing in the hot sun, was a friend of the groom who was waiting to escort his sister to the wedding party.
Can you tell us a little bit about the actual marriage ceremony that occurred this morning?
Actually, two kind of party. One is male party, another is women party. The main party is to just to hold the wedding. The groom comes, and the mullah is over there, and the mullah recites some verses from the Holy Quran, which makes the sexual contact legal. And the groom is saying that, yes, I accept that bride, I agreed on that, and the mullah asked him 3 times, did you accept that? Yes, I accept. Did you accept that? Yes, I accept, something like that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Does the mullah also ask the woman if she accepts?
Actually, 3 delegates from bride sides are coming to that morning, and they are saying, the mullah asked them, where did you come from? I come from the bride. What did she say? She said, I agreed to marry that guy.
So the bride is not even at the wedding ceremony?
No. The bride ceremony, actually the bride ceremony is in the afternoon, which is now.
What he called the bride's ceremony was really just a party. Only men attend the actual marriage ceremony with the mullah. I was beginning to understand that marriage was not a union between a man and a woman, but a contract between the men of 2 households.
We've been having a very difficult time. We wanted to film inside the women's party, but the male family members and the groom did not allow us to.
Yeah, that's true. Because our religion does not accept. We are Muslim. We just follow Islam rules.
Can you tell me what Islam says specifically that makes it against the rules to have outside films of the wedding? What exactly does your religion say about that?
I don't have enough information about that.
A very small minority of Afghans have ever read the Quran in our languages.
Nasreen Gross teaches at Kabul University.
As you know, the Quran is written in Arabic, and our languages are Dari, Pashto, Uzbek, Pashtun, these things. So very few people actually know what God has said.
Islam says, keep your women very sacred, because the women are sacred. Actually, filming and taking photos is illegal in Islam rule. Islam says, do according to the Holy Quran, do whatever Quran says.
Hi. What's your name?
My name's Olga. What's your name?
Okay. My name is Salia.
Salia.
Yes. My name is Gulsum. My name is Fatma.
You girls are beautiful today.
No,
Beautiful
thank
clothing.
you.
Can I see the clothes you're wearing? Could you show me?
Yes.
Show me what you're wearing. Why is he saying no?
What?
Even young boys like these learn they have a responsibility to watch over the women.
Okay.
The next day, we went back to Mullah Usmani's Women's Defense Center to meet her client Zahira, who arrived with her mother. Both brought their young children. Zahira's story was worse than we thought.
Her husband bring the other man to have sex with his wife. So she said that this is an Afghan and Muslim girl and woman. So it was really difficult for her while her mother heard about this, that her son-in-law bring other men to her daughter.
Why would
So
he
even
do that?
because he was not a good man, he was not from a good family.
For money.
میگه حتما از این مردا که میارده پیسه میگرفته او.
پیسه
Yeah,
میگرفته
for producing money.
Malalai helped Zahira get a divorce by bringing her case to the local elders. Those are the divorce papers signed with thumbprints. Like 90% of Afghan women, Zahira is illiterate.
یارمادر نگفته این شستو باشه و شمه برم باز کلانتر یا که دیدن گفتن یا خورد هستن حال باشه خورد است اردی از مادر میرسن باز گفتن خیبان کلان شد اردیش آمدن میبرم میبرم نفقه تا نمیندازم حالا یک ساله را خیش نداد اگه این را بخواین شما گفته که من خط نمیتونم باز مادرشان گفته خیر نمیتونم باز خط داد
همونجا داد من خرجکش نمیتونم 13 سال دخترم گفت تا 9 سال قانون دولت گفت کوچگی گفت تا 13 ساله باشه تا 9 ساله بعد از او گفت باز نه مصرف تا نمیتونم میبرم چون گفت من زورم داد تا نما میرسم.
She said that I feel so happy that I received divorce because I feel that I felt before that I was in the prison and now I'm free from the prison, so she said that she's happy.
Under Islam, getting a divorce is much easier for men. A man can divorce his wife just by saying talaq, meaning I divorce you 3 times. But a woman must go through a lengthy process, appealing to her family and the local mullah, and children routinely belong to the father after a divorce.
You've said that you don't want to get married, right?
Yeah.
And seeing what marriage means in this culture, I don't blame you at all. But don't you wish that you could get married and marriage would mean something else where you could have a nice, relationship with a man and a partner and someone to have children with, but that it wouldn't come packaged with all of this other stuff, like you're under control of someone else?
This is also my wish. I'm not so young. I'm the age to get married. I love to have a baby. I love to have my own family.
I thought it was sad that Hasina had to choose between independence and a family of her own. I was surprised to find out that there had been one suitor in her past that Hasina really wanted to marry. He was from Kabul, educated and open-minded. She thought he would respect her need for independence and permit her to work, but her mother didn't allow the marriage.
Mom said that, oh no, it's not possible. I said, why? Mom said that in Kabul, they are living in Kabul. In Kabul, they are not paying money for the girl because they are more modern and they will not hold such a big party. Then I said, no, Mom, it's not possible. I discussed with him and we agreed. We agreed to get married and that's all. Suddenly, Mom find hypertension, his blood pressure gone high, and she was just complaining. So we bring her to doctor. Then I was really shocked that if something happened on Mom, I'm the cause because I reject her advice. Wow, I've never felt that I can be this much in love. I was just crying for 3 days. I cannot stop my.
That's really hard. So I bought this burqa at the market the other day.
And I'm going to try putting it on by myself, which I actually haven't really done yet because Hasina helped me when I was trying them on at the market. And then we're going to go shopping with our burqas.
Yeah, this is burqa that I used for the first time when the Taliban came in. So I know how to use it, how to wear it. It's fine.
Is yours on already?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the shop you say that it's okay. No, you made it wrong.
Ah, that's better.
That's
Okay.
better?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to get hit by a car. Okay, this way? Hasina, I can't see anything. I can see, but I can't see. Like, I couldn't buy I feel like I need to, like, get really close to see. Yes, now I can see, but... So we need to get pepper.
White pepper?
Oh no, black pepper.
We cannot find here. We are going to other part of market. Yeah.
I feel like I stepped on some horse shit because I couldn't see where I was going. It's hot under this burqa. I'm getting a headache from this burqa. It's like I'm really car sick or something. When you look through and you try to focus on what's in front of you and then there's this shifting thing, it gives you a headache. It's making me grumpy.
Would you be able to buy some fruit or some apples maybe?
Well, I can do it, but let's do it because I feel like I'm just wandering and I'm feeling hot and headachy and lightheaded and it's difficult. It's hard work under here. It's not fun.
All right, let's just get some apples and then head out.
Okay. Maybe some tangerines. I had looked forward to our shopping today because it was a chance to be outside.
Just choose it.
Okay. You can't tell that's too mushy? But shopping in the burqa wasn't pleasant at all. You have money? You paid? Finally, I completely lost it. I'm really upset. I've come to think that men here consider every woman a potential whore. Ironically, the burqa only seems to make this worse. It creates sexual tension. Even I wonder, what kind of woman is under that burqa? The sisters always congregate around the television watching Bollywood. I thought it was a little strange they spent hours every day watching it and trying to emulate the Indian actresses. But it turned out that although their culture forbids them to have boyfriends, they are quite intrigued with romance.
Yeah, first I need to hide it. If I love someone, if I meet him and I have some tie, I need to hide it as much as I can. Dad and mom says, if you want to have friends, if you want to be free to do what you want, please do for us in the favor, put a little bit poison in the food and bring to mom and dad. While we both eat it and we will die and then you will be free to do this issues. If we hard that
Were
you
they
have to,
serious?
yeah, serious. Yeah. Then you see that if they hard that I have such a kind of relation, because I have lots of possibility when I'm working. If I have such a relation with someone, they will not kill me. We will not kill you, but we will do something that you will suffer more than killing. You know what he says, that I will just find someone without any wedding, without any preparation. I will just marry you with this man. And after that, I will tell to the man that I could not control this girl, I cannot keep her. Now it's up to you that how you will keep her. So
a woman shames her entire family by taking a boyfriend before marriage, even if there is no sex involved. Traditionally, the only way to right this wrong is for the woman's family to kill her in order to reinstate the family's honor. Honor killing is still quite common despite being outlawed by the new constitution. Now, your parents treat you a little bit different than they treat your sisters. I've noticed that. And what if she were to have a boyfriend and have relations before marriage? Would they kill her?
Oui. She says, even she afraid from the kosher. Yes, she feels that. She says, I agree that he will kill.
Wait. All joking aside, seriously, she thinks that he would kill her?
مگه تو جدی فکر میکنی که حتما فامیل ترا میکشه؟
یک دخترش بازوی داشت.
She feels seriously.
دخترش بلوزه کزیرتر.
Hassan, who owns this shop, is an Afghan man who lived for 20 years in the U.S. and still has 2 children and an ex-wife living there. He had an interesting perspective, reminding us that Afghan men are also restricted. We said there's less freedom for the women here, and you said less freedom for everybody.
For everybody, of course.
What do you mean men don't have freedom here? So what don't they have the freedom to do?
You see, the culture is different. Men don't have the freedom of, oh boy, dancing, for example. Men don't have the freedom of speech. You cannot talk with a girl if you like, or if you don't like the girl. No, what a man wants, a wife, a house, kids. The same thing as a woman. The woman have a future too. They're supposed to have a husband. But you cannot pick a girl, the one you like. You cannot talk to her. Or a girl cannot talk with a boy, the one like. So that's the freedom we was talking about before.
Do you think gossip is like a weapon here? It's some kind of leverage?
Gossip is worse than a weapon. Gossip destroys you down here.
Yeah.
Just like a gun. Because there's no freedom.
Hi.
How are you? Good morning.
Hassan told us that gossip can destroy lives here. Maybe that's why Hasina's younger brother Samim feels responsible for protecting his family's reputation.
How is he responsible for your honor?
مکتب نرین کورس نخوانین شما رو مردم نبینه.
Wait. If he could, he would not allow you to go to school?
تو سالت بدشتی بالای بودی که مکتب بریم کورس.
نه. نمی‌مونم که انگلیسی هم بخونم.
Why is that?
چرا؟ مگه چرا؟ چرا؟
اجتماع خوب نیست.
به خاطر که دمی چی بگم شرایط هم افغانستان چیره نمیکنه.
آدم میکنه دختر
کلتور پیشرفت نیست.
نه بیشتر شرایط خوش نداره.
نه خود خوش.
They don't have an institutional or historical memory of the 20th century in Afghanistan. 40 years ago, when I was an 18-year-old, women worked in all spheres of life. They were stewardesses, they were judges, they were teachers, they were professors. Unfortunately, that memory of Afghan women being so active in society has been erased by 25 years of war.
If he saw an Afghan woman walking without wearing a burqa, does he think she's a bad woman?
بله.
Yes. چرا؟
در نظر ما چی گپ بزنم؟ بس دختر خراب خود اندام خود نمایش میده فصل سازی میده کسی که ریلج میده.
Does he think you're a bad woman because you walk around without the burqa?
Nice question, thank you. كانت لازم شيء سامي میگه وقتی که من روی سرک میگردم بدون چاره خیال میکنی من دختر خراب است.
اگر من صلاحیت نداشتم تو را نمی‌مانم. خب من راست میگم من نمیگم تو خراب هستی. من اصلا گفتم گفتم که نه در جامعه خوب چیز نیستم من نمی‌مانم خوش ندارم.
راجع به من چه فکر می‌کنی من یه روز میرم؟
نرجع تو گفتم قدرت میشن تو رو نمی‌مانم. بعد دیگه که ما خود بودیم تو کورس میرفتیم. وقت من نمی‌فهمیدم دیگه بری اگه وقت نمی‌ماندم کورس خواندن دیگه.
He says that I'm not saying that you are a bad girl.
What if wearing the burqa makes you unhappy?
شما باید چادری کنن. من خودم چقدر گفتم میگم.
گفتم بس دلیل بگو.
چی دلیلش نمیشه که چند دفعه برات گفتم که
ما بگم تو میخوای خوراک خوش باشه ولی که ما کچاری خوش نیست به آرام باشه. تو چه خصه میخوای که ما خوش باشه؟ میخوای که خوش باشه و آبچاری کنیم نه خوش باشه. دلیل بگو.
نه دخترای افغان خوش نیست کی؟ ریلش بگرده.
ما خوش هستی ریلش بگرده.
تو خوش هستی ریلش بگردی یا؟ یا تو خوش هستی دیگه کسی خوش نیست.
یا کلی خوش هستی.
خوش هستی ریلش بگردی.
سوال داره. سوال جواب. چی کار بالا دیگه. بگو جامون اصلا بگو جامون
It says that if you are an Afghan or a Muslim girl, you may not be happy without burqa. It says that this is written on the Quran that the Afghan Muslim woman will not show her face to the strange man, the man that he doesn't know. That it's not mahram.
Can he show me that in the Quran?
نه مثلا ما بودم مسجد که رفتیم دم مولا تبلیغ میکرد.
On Wednesday mornings from 9 to 11, the Shrine of Ali is off limits to men to allow the women to visit uncovered. Despite what Samim said, these women seemed happy. Only about 20% of the Afghan people live in cities like Mazar or Kabul. The rest live in towns and villages in the countryside where life hasn't changed much for generations. In the town of Sholgara, we asked the police chief about the rights of women guaranteed by the new Afghan constitution.
I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us again.
Police Chief Akbari told us that in his district, wife-beating and forced marriages are now illegal. Young girls are still sold into marriage, but this too is against the law. He told us a recent case, a child bride named Zainab who is trying to divorce her 70-year-old husband. He agreed to take us to her house to ask the family for an interview. Under the Taliban, Zainab's family wanted to flee Afghanistan, but they were too poor to afford the smuggler's fee for transportation to Iran. They sold Zainab into marriage in exchange for several $1,000s to pay the smugglers.
چند ساله بودو؟
7 ساله.
According to her, his name was Gulkhan and he was 70 years old.
Zainab was 7 years old when the engagement took place, but Gul Khan agreed to wait until she was a little older before marrying her.
می‌ترسیدی از او یا او را خوش داشتی؟
خوش نداشتم. خاطر ما چی بودم که مرا به شوهر داد؟ از دست گوش نشد و در بدشت مرا بالا داد. ما دختر 7 ساله ما چی می‌فهمیستی که شوهر چیست؟
Bride money, we call it. This has been a tradition in Afghanistan. It was not extremely serious, and it has become as a result of war and as a result of the unimaginable poverty of Afghans. They had no other commodity to trade.
بعد از کاروسی کرد باز شد.
بعد از کاروسی که نکاهی بسته بود دیگه. بعد ازش شب دیگه پیشش خواب بودم. داغم ظلم کرد و به سر میزد دیگه
چرا لب نکرد؟ چی میخواست؟
داغم ظلم کرد بود. داغم ظلم کرد یعنی میگفت من تو رو میکشم دیگه. تو از خانم دیگه زیاد نیستی که ما رو دزیل وقتی خود کشتم از. ما میخوایم که ما اینجا که قبل ما نچلا. دین دمین نفر اینجا افغانستان قبل ما نچلا. ما رمزی نفر کمی می‌وردیم طلاق ندیه. ما راست به مزار میرم داد میزنم فریاد میزنم اگه اونجا نشد راست بس کارزای میرم که چی رقم اینجا چی رقم حقوق بشر که جای این قبل ما دختر خلاص نمیکنم خوش من میخوایم که ترکی شو که ما کاریم از اما میخوایم که ما نفر طلاق شو.
Zainab told us that her husband demanded that she repay the bride money her family had already given to the smugglers. If Zainab wanted her divorce, she had to buy herself back from her husband, a situation complicated by the fact that 13-year-old Zainab is now damaged goods. She'd never again fetch the same price as a virgin. On our way back to Mazar, we passed this wedding party. I couldn't help but wonder how the bride was feeling. We went to the police headquarters in Mazar to interview women in prison. This poster of a child bride crying is part of the government's program to discourage forcing young girls into marriage. At the women's prison, we met a woman, jailed for running away with the man she wanted to marry.
ما خودم نام شیرین گل است.
چند سال هستی؟
18 ساله. گفتم یک بچه را کش فرار کردم و بچه مرا در نکاح خود گرفت باز قومای من بودن مامای مادر مامان خود مرا برد بازور دیگه در نکاح دیگه بازور موکل پرسادی دیگه در نکاح دیگه بود باز دیگه ما گفتم من اولا کی شوی خودم میگیرم اولا کی میگیرم باز فرار کردم محمد میچی پس مرا مرد بندی کرد من جابی زده سلام اینو
Yeah, they beat me even in my head that it was open. Yeah, that we need to accept. کی زد را؟
And was he sent to jail for beating her?
میگه او را بندی نکنه که تو ترلک
کرده. نه، بندی نکرد مرا اومده تنها بندی کرد.
No, they do not put them in the jail. Only me.
They shouldn't be in the prison. They should be in shelter. But we don't have shelter. So that's why they're in the prison. There's no other place for them to be.
How is life here in prison?
زندگیم خوب است در زندان. فکر میکنم از اون شوی پسانه که زده در زندان خوب است.
Shireen Gol has received no legal advice and has no idea how long she'll wait for her case to go to court. But she's lucky. She was brought to prison before her family had the chance to kill her. Someday she hopes to marry the man of her choice.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? Oh, Maludin. Hi, how are you? Hi. Thank you.
Muluddin is married to Hasina's sister Rita. During the wedding negotiations, he promised Rita's father she could finish law school and work. But when they got engaged, he changed his mind, forcing her to drop out of school and stay at home. When she goes out, she always has to wear a burqa.
I was surprised to see that Rita wears the burqa. Yes?
Rita, yeah.
Yeah. But Hasina doesn't wear the burqa. Does Rita wear the burqa by choice? Is it her own choice to wear the burqa?
Before Taliban, she also didn't use the burqa. After Taliban, she started to use the burqa because the situation changed.
So you're saying that Rita wears the burqa by her own choice?
Yes. I want Rita or my wife should use burqa. Why? Because I told you before, the people are illiterate. They are telling me or making me, bothering me. Oh, your wife is barefaced. My relatives, my friends, the people who are living in the same street with me. Like Hasina is going barefaced to the street, the other boys annoy him. Oh, your sister, I saw your sister barefaced walking on the street. Or your sister is working with in the offices. You're making jokes, making fun with him. Maybe he will be. It's annoying to him. Like the people says to me, your wife is going, or your sister, your mother is barefaced. I thought this is really embarrassing for Afghan people.
And here also, while my sister was engaged, mom was very young.
Yeah.
But after that.
In these pictures from the 1970s, I saw an Afghanistan that looked more progressive. While life hadn't changed much in the countryside, urban women, particularly in Kabul, were beginning to enjoy more freedoms. I had always thought of modernization as a one-way process, but it was interesting to see that it had reversed course.
During communist era in Afghanistan, there were lots of nightclubs. The government encouraged women to wear miniskirts, go into nightclubs, drink in nightclubs, associate freely with men. And unfortunately, what Afghans remember is that experience. The more the communists gave sexual freedom to women, or these other freedoms, of expression, the more they thought they should be restrictive in Islam. And what we need to do now is to show women's rights, women's dignity. Afghanistan's progress is not based on the communist approach to sexual freedom, but rather on human dignity.
I thought back to all of the women I had met and realized that most of them seemed resigned to their situation.
You see that because of the dads and the husbands' reputation, we could not do this march or to have our right.
It's funny. The men won't give the women the permission to fight for their rights.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No, she said that we want to have our rights, but we just because of caring of the dad or husband's reputation in the society, and also the fear that they have from the man, I mean they're afraid, so we could not do this. I feel that it's not easy that the woman and men have equal rights and parity soon, because now in our small boys they're injected in their minds that we need to keep our mothers and sisters safe at home. Around 90% of the men in Afghanistan in this culture, they are doing like this. They do not want, actually they say that what they want, what they are saying, they have their wives under their controls, so they want to guide their wives as a child. Do this, don't do this. So I think that a little bit I'm hopeless.
Really, there's no way I can really understand the situation of the women in Afghanistan. I can in some ways relate, in some ways empathize, but it's going to have to be a fight that the women in Afghanistan figure out for themselves in a way that feels right for them.
What I'm doing, I'm sure from my point of view, it's right. I want to do not use burqa. I want to work. Besides that, I want to have education. I have a smiley face. I'm always laughing. It's my habit that I cannot change it. So it's difficult for me to be like other girls.
It's 3 years that we want to bring a fundamental radical change, empower women, and make a government and a civil society sharing the decision-making power in all walks of life. The new Afghanistan is like a 3 years baby, and the 3 years child, if it's left by its own, the life will be very risky for her. So until this child is getting grown up and is becoming empowered of being able to protect itself, we need to take care of this little child.
Seeing the situation of Afghan women had affected me more deeply than I had anticipated, and I was relieved to be coming home.
Kalkaba, Tashakor for everything. I miss you. I will miss you too. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
But I wondered, what would happen to Farishta? Would her marriage turn out well? How would Samim treat his future wife? And finally, what would happen to Hasina, who seems to have slipped between the cracks of her own culture? Where does she fit in a society where tension is growing every day between the traditional rules of the culture and the growing influence of the outside world? I feel a sadness for the Afghan women who have died and who will die fighting for their rights. I hope Hasina is not one of them.
बेदले